Hello, Florida Softball Network fans, and welcome to the game between the Lightspeed and the Gators. The Gators are the visiting team here on this game. And the first pitch was a strike. That second one falls short, and we're at 1-1. So I'm going to be fixing cameras as we go through the game. It was a quick field change, not giving me much time to get things set, so pardon the net backstop, the string there at the top of your shot. We'll try to fix that a little bit later, but in the meantime, we didn't want you to miss any of the action as that next pitch is going to get fouled to the right side. And Avalo now steps in on a 1-ball, 2-strike count.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
So here comes the 1-2 and a swinging strike 3. And Avalo goes down there swinging. And Lightspeed record their first out of the game.
Number 6, Cameron.
So Cameron Solano now here at the plate. And she's going to pop that one straight up. And the catcher just diving for it, tries to get it, and just can't quite get it. So lucky there for Solano to stay up at the plate. All right, so 1 ball, 1 strike the count here on Solano with 1 out. And she's gonna bunt that one. It's gonna be picked up by the pitcher, throws over to first, and Solano able to beat it out. Nice running there by Cameron. Good hustle, gets her safe on the bunt to the pitcher.
4-1-5.
Now batting, number 3, Fatih.
And now up to bat, Fatima Masri, number 3. And she's going to hit the first one right over into center field. Solano is going to come all the way around from first to third. And that's going to also allow, on the throw in from the center fielder,
Now batting, number 31.
Fati's able to get over to second. So with 1 out now, runners at second and third. And coming up to bat now, Kinsley Roman. First pitch in there for ball 1. Next one misses low for ball 2. 2-0. All right, that one misses. And now 3-0 for Kinsley. And that one called strike 1. Grabs the outside part of the plate there. And 3-1 comes short for ball 4. And now bases are loaded with Gators and 1 out for Kira Sherman now coming up to bat.
Number 1, Kira.
There's a swing, strike 1. Next pitch misses outside. Nice job by the catcher to snag that one to keep any runs from coming in. In the circle for Lightspeed is Hudson, number 00. And Hudson's pitch here, it's going to miss outside. And we're at 2-1. The 2-1 gets hit high into the air over into left field. It lands fair. It lands fair, and the runners are able to advance as it bounces on the turf, and the Gators are able to bring their first run across. So high in the air, just manages to fall in the fair territory out in left field. And Kira grabs herself an RBI. First pitch misses there for ball one. Next pitch is swinging, strike one. All right, 1-1 strike the count here. And a timeout here called by the home plate umpire, noticing that the catcher's left shoelaces need to be tied. Nice looking out there by the officiating team. Appreciate the hard work of the umpires here. Working in the heat of South Florida. It's supposed to be in the 90s today. On its way there. Fortunately, we've got early gains. Not there yet. And that pitch in there grabs the low part of the zone for strike two. And Addy steps in now on a 1-2 count. And the 1-2 is hit into the air to the second. Infield fly rule was on anyway, the umpire says. And the Lightspeed able to record that all-important second out. Well, here comes Haley Hirsch up to the plate. Bases loaded, 2 outs. Could really use a good hit into the gap here to extend the lead with more than one run. And the first one misses high for ball one. That one in there to bring the count to 1-1. Working that outside part of the zone on Haley. And there's a little too far outside. And it's 2-1. Here comes the 2-1. And a swinging strike two. Again, just staying on the outside part of the zone, baiting Haley to swing. It works out for them there as the count goes to 2-2. All right, let's see what Haley can do here. Really need a hit or a pass ball to help. That one goes high, it goes past, runner coming in. She's gonna be safe. All right, so the count's gonna be full here, 3-2. And that one misses for ball four. And now Gators with runners at the corners and 2 outs.
Now batting, number 11, Reese.
All right, Reese Kennerson now coming up to bat. Hudson on 27 pitches. Here comes 28. And it's high outside for ball one. There's a swinging strike one. The 1-1 is a swinging strike 2. So just swinging under the ball. See if she can connect here. With bases loaded and 2 outs. Count now 1-2. And here comes the 1-2. And a swing on the outside pitch. And the third out recorded on the strikeout on Kennerson. But not before the Gators are able to bring 2 runs across. The Gators up by a score of 2-0 as Lightspeed about to have their first at-bats as we enter the bottom of the first inning here on the Florida Softball Network. It's the bottom of the first inning. Gators up 2-0. Lightspeed had their first batter who got a hit there over towards left field. And the batter there presented a bunt. Did not pull back. Called there for a strike. All right, so catching up here on your scoreboard. So I was trying to set up the third base camera. And that one's hit high into the air over to shallow right field. The right fielder overthrows the first baseman. Had an opportunity there for a double play, but the bad throw by the right fielder allows the runner from first to advance to second base. So now the Lightspeed with a runner in scoring position on the throwing error, but the Gators able to record the first out by the catch in right field by Luca Hansberger. Working in the circle for the Gators is Kira Sherman. Behind the plate, Reese Kennerson. And Kira delivers there for strike 1. At bat number 93, no name on this batter in Game Changer, so we're just going to go with number 93 here at bat. And there's a swinging strike 2. So 0-2 now the count. Kira way up here on the batter. The batter calls timeout, or the third base coach. Quick talk here as she is down here 0-2. Got to get herself back together. Try to get back into this at bat. Here we're going to look to put her down to record the second out and freeze that runner at second. So Cook, the runner at second base, the lead-on batter who got on and that hit to left field. All right, here we go, 0-2. And the 0-2 is going to get hit over to the shortstop who fields it, throws to first. First is going to throw across to third, but not before Cook is able to slide in safely. So Gators able to record the second out, but now the Lightspeed with a runner 60 feet away. As they look to get onto the board. And there's one hit over to a diving shortstop as Addison grabs that ball. Nice play there by Addie. Fantastic play, prevents any runs from being scored, records the third out, and secures the 2-0 lead for the Gators as we move into the top of the second inning. If you're enjoying the game, please subscribe to the Florida Softball Network. Hit that little subscribe button you might see on your screen. If you're enjoying the game, give it a like so others know, hey, we should tune into this and watch along, as this is the second of 2 seeding games being played here by the Gators on Saturday. We'll be right back to you here on the Florida Softball Network. All right, so leading off here now is Kennedy Copeland for the Gators. Gators up now 2-0 as we are into the top of the second inning. And that one gets fouled. Brings the count out to 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes on number 99, Kennedy Copeland. And swings at the high pitch for strike 3. So the last couple of batters for the Gators have gone down on that high pitch. Tough to say off of it. It looks good. It's coming down the zone and then just lifts above the bat.
Number 22, Peyton.
All right, now coming up to bat is Peyton Williamson. And Peyton gets strike 1 right there. Next pitch is hit over towards the shortstop, who fields it, fires over to first, and the Firecracker is able to record their second out here of the top of the second. Now it's bat number 16, Luca Hansberger. And Luca swings and misses there for strike 1. Next pitch high for 1-1. Here comes the 1-1. Way outside for ball 2. All right, here comes the 2-1 delivery. And that's going to get fouled over the backstop. And we're at 2-2. And the 2-2 gets fouled back to the screen. And we stay at 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, and 2 outs here in the top of the second inning with a score of 2-0. A lot of 2s right there. And that one's going to get hit and make it out into left field. And Luca is on with a single as she rounds over towards second, but holds up. So a nice shot right there. Makes it into left field. And Luca is on base with 2 outs. And coming to bat now, the top of the lineup for the Gators, Avalo Fitzgerald. And that pitch goes high. For ball 1. And that one high as well on the pitch. is Luca, and she steals second base with ease. All right, so now runner in scoring position with 2 outs. Avalo on a 2-0 count. And that misses outside for ball 3. 3-0. The 3-0 is in there for 3-2, and able to steal was Luca there, and no throw by the catcher. So full count now, and Luca over at third base. No, I'm sorry, 3-1, and there's a walk. All right, so ball 4 there. Now runners at the corners, 2 outs.
Number 6, Cameron.
And coming up to bat, number 6, Cameron Solano. Gators up by a score of 2-0 here. Looking to add some more runs. Cameron can get one out of here. That ball's going to go high, and Avalo's going to run over to second. On fielder's indifference. And now runners at second and third and 2 outs. Here comes the pitch. And that's going to be low for ball 2. 2-0. 2 balls, no strikes. Hudson in the circle. Her 50th pitch of her outing coming up here. And it's going to be high for ball 3. 3-0. And the 3-0 misses low and outside for ball 4. So a 4-pitch walk there for Solano.
Number 3.
And now coming to bat with bases loaded is going to be Masri, and the coach now coming out for Lightspeed to talk to his pitcher. Little 2-out rally here by the Gators as they try to open up the lead. No runs have crossed yet in this half inning. The only scores made were 2 runs that crossed home plate in the top of the first for the Gators. 90-minute game today. All right, teams head back to their positions. Runners. Hansberger at third, Fitzgerald at second, Solano at first, and Fati now steps in for the first pitch of her at bat at the top of the second inning. Yeah, it's going to miss way outside. And there's an overthrow from the catcher, which allows Luca to come home. And the Gators are able to put another run on the board. All right, Fati steps back in on a 1-0 count. And that's going to sail high for ball 2. All right, 2-0 the count. 2 balls, no strikes, 2 outs. And Fati's going to foul that one. The third baseman is able to run and grab that in foul territory. Not exactly what the Lightspeed needed to prevent any more runs from coming across, but the Gators able to get one on the overthrow from the catcher over to third on the attempted back pick. We're going to move into the bottom part of the second inning with the Gators up by a score of 3-0 on the Lightspeed. You're watching the Florida Softball Network. It's the bottom of the second inning. Lightspeed down by a score of 3-0. All right, 2 balls, no strikes here on the batter carrier. Working in the circle, Kira Sherman. Catching, Reese Kennerson. At first base, Peyton Williamson. Second, Kinsley Roman. And that one's going to get hit right over second base and make its way into center field. And carrier reaches there on a single. So with no outs, Lightspeed able to get a runner on. And it looks like we're going to have a runner for the catcher. Number 54 comes in to run for the batter carrier that just reached on the single to center field. And the coach is reporting that to the home plate umpire.
54-12. 54-7. 12.
And 54 comes into sub for 12. All right, brings up to bat number 9, Brown. Now the batter. Kira Sherman on 10 pitches so far. As we're seeing the second batter here of the bottom of the second inning.
Now batting, number 20, Adrena Hall.
All right, here we go. We're ready for action. The first pitch to Brown is bunted foul to the backstop for strike 1. Sherman comes set, and the pitch is going to be high for 1-1. One ball, 1 strike to count. And the next pitch in there for strike 2. Nice swinging strike 2 on the inside part. And Kira now up on the batter by a count of 1-2. And the 1-2. And there's strike 3. And Kira puts Brown down. And the Gators record their first out here of the bottom of the second inning. First pitch misses way high and outside for ball 1 on the batter, number 16, Hood. And that's going to miss low and inside. A nice stop there by Reese. And the count now 2-0. Great stop there to keep the runner at first from advancing.
Now batting, number 7, Alina Price.
And that misses once again low inside. And again, oh no, that grabbed the inside part, called a strike. All right, nice pitch there by Kira. Right there on the border, she gets the call. Exactly what you want to do as a pitcher is work that entire zone. And the count now 3-1. Here we go. There's a swinging strike 2. Nice battle back there by Kira to bring the count full. All right, here we go. One more pitch. See if she's got it in her to put Hood down. Oh, and just misses high for ball 4. almost battled back the whole way. And now Lightspeed with runners at first and second and just one out. So an opportunity here for the Lightspeed to try to get back into this game down by a score of 3-0. And here's the pitch by Sherman. Right down the river for strike one. Perfect pitch right down the middle. Nice spin on it. Freezes the batter. Records the first strike of the at-bat. The next one goes a little high, but gets the batter to swing. And the count goes to 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes on the batter, LaPlante. And she lunges for that high pitch. And we have the camera go down, so we're gonna get this thing back up here. There's a hit over towards third. She guns to second, and they get the runner at 2 to record the second out, and now runners at the corners for the Lightspeed. So 2 outs now, runners at first and third. Let me get this camera up, so excuse me if there's no play-by-play for a moment. There's a swing and a miss for strike one. There's a swing and a miss for strike two. 1-2 here, the count. We'll adjust that camera a little bit better in between innings, but at least we kind of got a little bit of a view if something goes into that outfield. And this is on the outside part of the plate. And the count is now full. So 3 balls, 2 strikes. Kira going to need to deliver something right here to keep the bases from getting loaded. 2 outs. Let's see what she's got. Dial up the perfect pitch. And there it is, exactly what she needed, a looking strike 3 to get out of the inning. Great pitch there by Kira to record the 3rd out. And most importantly, to keep any runs from scoring. So we move now into the top of the 3rd inning. It's Lady Gators Jackson 3, Lightspeed 0 here on the Florida Softball Network. All right, so leading off here is Kinsley Roman. And she swings and misses there for a strike. And that's going to miss for a ball. And count 2-1. So first pitch a ball, second one a swinging strike, third pitch there a ball. Kinsley finds herself ahead in the count now, 2-1. 2-1 pitch is going to get hit, foul and out of play, past the third base fence and over it. And the count now 2-2. And the 2-2 hit foul and over the backstop. And we remain at that count. The 2-2 is hit high into the air in foul territory out in left field. And we stay at 2-2. Two balls, two strikes. And that misses and brings the count full. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Now the count. And here comes the 3-2. It's going to get hit over towards second base, who throws but overthrows the first base, misses on the tag. And Kinsley able to reach on the error. So a lucky break there for the Gators on what should have been a routine play by the second baseman, but the throwing error and the first baseman having to come off the bag and then missing the subsequent attempt on the tag allows her to reach first base. And the first pitch in to number 1, Sherman. He's in there for strike 1. That one's hit high into the air. Easy play for the shortstop who's under it and makes the catch to record the out.
Now batting, number 12, Addison.
All right, coming up to bat now, number 12, Addison Held. Held is 1 for 1 today as she steps in. Or no, she actually popped out. So 0 for 1 actually. There's a swinging strike 1. Had the infield fly called on her there in the first inning. So 0 for 1 today, but going to try to improve on that statistic right now with Kinsley over at first base. And that ball's going to miss high and get away from the catcher, and Kinsley able to advance past second base and turns back. So a stolen base there on the past wild pitch, and the Gators have a runner in scoring position with 1 out. Addie bunts one, but foul. It was almost a bunting hit, popped off that bat. Tough to lay down a bunt on this turf because that ball is going to roll really, really well. Play on the dirt infields and it sticks, but here it will bounce and almost be basically a ground ball in the infield. Well, she swings away. That one swings back to the fence. Backstop. That pitch misses there. And we're at 2-2. And again misses low inside. And the count now full at 3-2.
Now batting, number 22, Ashley Wilbur.
And that's high for ball 4. So Addie reaches here on the walk
Number 7, Haley.
and brings up to bat number 7, Haley Hirsch. So that one right by the knees, but called strike 1. Haley steps back in. And the next one misses outside. And the count now 1-1. Good eye there. Again, they're working that outside part of the plate on Haley, so she's going to have to be patient and make him work it back in. And comes inside. And there's a stolen base. The double steal on the ball pitch brings the count to 2-1 now. Runners at second and third. All right, here we go. Haley on the 2-1. And that misses high and outside. And now a batter's count of 3-1. Three balls, 1 strike, the count. And that misses high for ball 4. And Haley takes her base, and bases are loaded for Reese Kennerson, number 11, to come to bat. All right, bases loaded with 1 out. Reese can get one into outfield. Looking at multiple runs being scored. See what happens here. And that one is going to drop, be a wild pitch, gets past the catcher. And able to come in is Kinsley to score run number 4 for the Gators. Okay, 1-0 the count for Reese. And that one right there for 1-1. Nice pitch there. Much needed for the pitcher Brown. All right, the base runners, Addison over at third, Haley at second, Reese at bat on a 1-1 count with 1 out. And the catcher gonna tie her shoelace there on that left shoe. So a quick pause in the action. And we're ready. All right, 1 ball, 1 strike. Here we go for the batter, Reese Kennerson. And swing and a miss for 1-2. And that's going to miss inside for 2-2. Two balls, 2 strikes. And that's going to miss low inside once again and brings the count full. Here we go. Payoff pitch is foul tip but caught. And that puts Reese as the second out here in the top of the 3rd inning.
Now batting, number 99, Kennedy.
All right. 2 runners in scoring position for Kennedy Copeland with 2 outs as she steps in. The pitcher Brown goes over to the chalk bag as it's pretty warm. Don't want to sweat too much there. That ball slips out of the hand anyway with the chalk maybe. and misses for ball one. And that ball high into the air is going to get caught by the shortstop, and Lightspeed record the third out. Well, the Gators strand two, but managed to cross one in the top of the third inning to bring the score now, Lady Gators Jackson 4, Lightspeed 0 here on your Florida Softball Network. All right, bottom of the third inning. Kira Sherman working the circle. Her first pitch here in the bottom of the third misses for ball one. Gators currently up by a score of 4-0 on Lightspeed. And that one's going to get fouled back to the screen to bring the count to 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike, the count on the batter, Cook. And that one's going to drop just foul. Very, very close. Very, very close there for Cook. But she's got to circle back now on a 1-2 count. Here comes the 1-2 from Sherman. It's going to miss outside for 2-2. Two balls, 2 strikes. This is the leadoff batter for Lightspeed, who stays off the high and brings the count full to 3-2. All right, Sherman going to need to dial up a great pitch right here. Prevent this runner from reaching base on a walk. The batter, rather, from reaching base on the walk. Become a runner. And that one is going to get hit right into center field. So she gets on anyway there with the single. Nice shot right over second base, just where you want to put one to get on. And Lightspeed now have a runner on first with no outs. All right, the batter down for Lightspeed is number 11, Holmes. And Holmes gets hit by that pitch. So 1 pitch, and now there's runners at first and second and no outs.
Now batting, number 10, Maddie Lauer.
And first pitch is hit foul on the third base side for strike 1. The batter now, number 93. Do not have a name for this batter. Game changer. And she's going to hit another one. Same thing. Foul on the third base side. Third baseman Copeland playing the line there. Good spot to be in, given where those were both hit to. And here we go. 0-2 count. And that just misses outside for ball 1. And that one's going to get hit over first base. Haley's going to touch first to record the out, but runners advance now to second and third. So a ground ball there to the first baseman allows the Gators to record the first out. And brings up to bat now Sophia Rio. Two runners in scoring position for Lightspeed as they look to get onto the base paths. I'm sorry, not Rio. This is actually going to be McCue, number 51. Apologies. And McCue steps in, 1 ball, no strikes, and a swinging strike one. One ball, 1 strike to count. And that one's going to get hit over to third. And we've got a play right here to get the runner out at third base. And a bad throw by the catcher allows the ball to go out into left field. And now runners at second and third. They should have just recorded the out at first base to record 2 outs, as that run up by 4 would not have mattered, and now it scores anyway, and there's only 1 out. So throwing error there made by the catcher, overthrows third base and throws the ball into left field, and now Lightspeed able to get onto the board, 4-1, the tying run now up to bat, and runners at second and third.
Now batting, number 5, Crystal Beanball.
So now a change of batter, 12 re-entering for 54. She had a pinch runner for her, but now she's back into the game. All right, so Carrier re-enters. Enters with 1 out. Runners at second and third. And that ball comes short of home plate. Nice block there by Reese. And the count now 1 ball, no strikes. The 1-0 misses. 2-0. The 2-0 is going to get hit into left field. It's going to allow another run to score. And now runners at the corners. And Lightspeed has now cut the lead in half. And a pitch runner comes back in for Carrier. So a nice single, RBI single there for Carrier. Allows the score now to go. Gators 4, Lightspeed 2, and the coach for the Gators now comes to talk to his pitcher in the circle. So just 1 out. The tying run standing at first base. The go-ahead run coming up to bat.
Now batting, number 31, Kevin Guzman.
And it looks like we're going to have a change of pitcher here as Avalo Fitzgerald enters and Kira exits. So Kira finishes here, giving up just 2 runs and leaving the Gators up by a score of 4-2.
Now batting, number 8, Aubrey.
All right, so now Avalo Fitzgerald in the circle, her first pitch, and a bunt attempt misses for strike one. Next pitch is a swinging strike two. So upon entering, Avalo quickly up on the batter by a count of 0-2. And misses just outside for ball one. And that one gets fouled to the right side, hitting the backstop. And we stay at 1 ball and 2 strikes. So 1-2 the count on the batter, Brown, number 9. Fitzgerald comes set. And that misses outside for 2-2. Two balls, 2 strikes. And that one gets fouled. And we stay at 2-2. Umpire taking the ball, giving Reese a little bit of time after that foul ball.
Number 20, Audrina Hall.
And here we are at 2-2. And there's a swinging strike 3. All right, nice job there by Avalo. Able to record now the second out and keep the runners at 2 and 3. So now brings up to bat number 16, Hood, with 2 outs. Fitzgerald comes set, delivers, and there's swinging strike 1. And there is strike 2. Looking strike right there. And Hood now down 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Runners at 2 and 3. And that pitch is foul tip. And we stay at 0-2. And that grabs the outside part of the plate for strike 3. Avalo comes in, able to take care of the last 2 outs. But not before Lightspeed is able to bring 2 runs across to cut the lead in half. Gators still up, though, by a score of 4-2 as we move into the top of the 4th inning here on the Florida Softball Network. If you're enjoying the content, please subscribe to the channel. If you're enjoying the game, give it a like. And we're going to be right back to you once we begin the next inning. Playing 90-minute games here. So let's reset the scoreboard, move the runners off, and we'll be right back to you here on FSN. All right, well, leading it off for the Gators now is going to be Peyton Williamson as we start the top of the 4th inning with the Gators up by a score of 4-2. First pitch here by the pitcher for the Lightspeed. Grabs the outside part of the plate for strike 1. Working in the circle is Brown, number 9. And that one's going to get hit straight back to her. Hits her legs, but Got a little bit of a limp there. She makes the play to record the outs. We're going to take a moment here. Hopefully she's all right. As that line drive came right back at her legs. Saw her limping a little bit after making the play.
Now batting, number 44, Gators.
All right, she's going to see if she can pitch one here, see how it feels. Hopefully she's all right. Yep. And it looks like Brown's going to be able to continue. It's good news. All right, so next at bat, number 16, Luca Hansberger. And the first pitch to Hansberger is a swinging strike one. Next one misses low to bring the count to 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out here in the top of the 4th inning. And that one's going to miss low inside for ball 2.
Two balls, 1 strike.
Do you want this fan, babe? I have a cold rag too if you want it.
And Lucas stays off of that one, thought about it for a moment, and brings the count now to a batter's count of 3-1. Here comes the 3-1 delivery from Brown. And lunging for it is Luca to bring the count full to 3-2.
Now batting, number 55, Baylor Randy.
And the payoff pitch drops before the plate, allows Luca to reach over to first on the walk, and the Gators have a base runner. And that's going to flip the lineup as the Gators bring their leadoff batter to the plate. All right, coach for Lightspeed calling timeout. Going to talk to her players as the Gators go to the top of their lineup. 1 out here already. On the ground out line drive actually to the pitcher, Brown. Gators up by a score of 4-2 currently. 90-minute games. And now stepping into bat, number 10, Avalo Fitzgerald. And the first pitch to Fitzgerald, a wild pitch that makes its way to the screen, allowing the runner to advance to second base. So Luca now over at 2. And Avalo steps in on a 1-0 count. And that one's going to get high into the air to center field. The center fielder under it. Tagging up is Luca. She's going to head on over to third and hold up there. So Avalo out on the pop fly, but able to advance the runner. And now the Gators with 2 outs have a runner 60 feet away from putting one more run on the board. And going to try to hit her in comes Cameron Solano, number 6, your left fielder. She watches the first one on the low part of the zone for strike 1. Here comes the next pitch to Solano. And that is going to drop low to bring the count to 1-1. On the appeal to the fielding umpire, he attests that she did not go. So count 1-1. And the next pitch of Solano is going to go and drop into right field. And Solano is going to head on over to 2, as well as collect the RBI, and she safely slides into second base. So a nice double right up the right field line for Solano. And the Gators bring one more across to bring the score to 5-2. And the first pitch here to number 3, Fati, is ball 1. And on the pitch, Solano able to advance from second over to third base. So again, the Gators with another run 60 feet away. Next pitch to Fati is going to get hit foul on the third base side. Next pitch, that's going to get ground over towards second base. Second baseman picks it up, tosses it to first, and Lightspeed able to record the third out and end the top of the 4th inning. But not before the Gators are able to get one more run across. As we move into the bottom of the 4th inning, it's Lady Gators Jackson 5, Lightspeed 2 here on FSN, your Florida Softball Network. It's the bottom of the 4th inning. Lightspeed down by a score of 5-2. The first pitch from Sherman in there for strike 1 on the batter, number 32, LaPlante. The 0-1 pitch, hoist way high to bring it to 1-1. So 1 ball, 1 strike now the count. Re-entered after Fitzgerald came in relief to record the 2 innings there to end the last inning. So a couple pitching changes back and forth here for the Gators. And right now Kira up on the batter by a count of 1-2. And there is a swing into foul territory and out of play on the left side. And the count remains 1-2. All right, here comes the 1-2 pitch. And just misses outside for 2-2. All right, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Here comes the delivery from Sherman. And there's a swinging strike 3. And the Gators record the first out here of the bottom of the 4th inning with the strikeout made by Sherman. Nice job there, Kira. All right, next batter up here for Lightspeed. Watches strike 1 as Kira dialed in now. Batter number 91, I don't see a name in Game Changer, so I can't give you a name. Watches that one sail high for ball 1. So 1 ball, 1 strike now the count, with 1 out here in the bottom of the 4th inning. You're watching the Florida Softball Network. And there's a perfect pitch. Watched for strike 2.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
So as the home plate umpire says there, count 1 and 2. Next delivery. The changeup fouled. And the batter stays alive and the count remains 1 and 2. And the 1-2 pitch is going to drop, slip out of her hand there, obviously, as it rolls over. Wipes her hand on the rag there, back pocket. Hits the chalk. And the count's now 2 and 2. So here we go, 2 balls, 2 strikes. And that misses low inside to bring the count full at 3 and 2. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Full count here with 1 out. Here comes the pitch from Sherman. And that's in there for strike 3. Way to dial that up, Kira. And she records her second out of the bottom of the 4th inning. All right, now up to bat is Cook, number 1. She's 2 for 2 today. And here comes Coach Travis out of the dugout to talk to his Gators. So we're at the top of the lineup here for Lightspeed, so probably why the meeting here as the leadoff batter comes to the plate. Lightspeed down by a score of 5-2 here in this 90-minute game. And there goes the timer. So this is going to do it here for the Lightspeed. They're down to 1 out. So they've got the game in their hands here. They need to bring 3 across to tie it 4 for the win. And at the top of their lineup, they're in the best position to do that. Unfortunately, down to 2 outs. And the first pitch is a swing and a miss for strike 1. Sherman retiring the previous 2 batters here on strikes. Hopes to do so here with the 3rd batter to round out the game. And here comes the 0-1. The changeup misses high for 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike. You get a foul ball rolled here to the umpire, so he can put that back in his bag. And Cook re-enters on a 1-1 count. Delivery from Sherman is hit high into the air. The center fielder is under it, watches it into the glove, and there's the 3rd out and the end of the game. So the Gators take this game against the Lightspeed by a score of 5-2. And that's going to round out today's action as the Gators win both games that they play in seeding play on their Saturday. We'll be back to you tomorrow afternoon with 2 more games here from the USSSA Space Coast Complex in Viera, Florida. My name is Dave from the Florida Softball Network. We thank you for tuning in, and we'll see you back here from the turf for more. Have a great day, everybody.